Okay, so this is going to be a video on draining the fluid in a Tuff Torq K46 transmission. What everybody says is non-serviceable, so that you have to buy another one, but you don't if you put the proper fluid in it. First off, I'm going to take the chains off, and I'm going to be doing this with the wheels on. The axle's nicely greased, and the grease caps for the wheels are really old and hard to get off, so I'm going to do it with the wheels on, and it kind of makes it easier to drain the fluid so you're not lifting the transmission. You just wheel it around on the wheels. But first I got to take the chains off because they're not so easy to move around with chains on. These chains are getting pretty worn. They're really loose. I think I might actually next winter get some ag tires to put on for snow blowing. Find the right link here. Yeah, that's the one. That's so easy getting it off sometimes. All tangled up. There we go. I just hang it on the wall. See how loose they are? When they were new, I had to deflate the tires to get them on and then inflate the tires afterwards, but now they're so loose. I don't know why. Stretching maybe, but I didn't think metal stretched that much. I don't know, maybe my tires aren't not as much tread on them. I have no idea. But I'm tired of them. They don't work all that great, and they're loose, and every once in a while they catch and they bind. So I think I'm gonna try to get some ag tires for it. There, so that should make it easier. As you can see, I've got it on jack stands. Transmission's right there. Or transaxle, whatever you want to call it. And first thing you want to do is take your freewheel. Oh, I guess you don't have to, you can't do that. That comes after. So you gotta get those bolts out. Where are we here? Yeah, those bolts. And those bolts. 2 on each side. But first thing you should do is unhook that spring there behind the zip tie. That controls your brake. And that mount gotta get rid of that. There's those 2 bolts. I don't know. how well you can see that by the loop there. And then there's a bolt on either side on the frame. I like to do the bolts on the frame. I had those bolts that directly go into the transmission brake shear off at one point, and I'll show you the result of that. But first, we gotta undo the cotter pin right there. Get that separated. You can't just pull the spring and separate it. It's too much tension on it. But while I get the tools for that, I will pause it. So you straighten out the cotter pin, and yes, I will be reusing the cotter pin. As another YouTuber says, this isn't the space shuttle. And this isn't the easiest to get to with the camera in the way. So I'm going to pause it and get rid of the camera for a second. But all you do is put something in the little loop and pull up. And you gotta hold that down because it's not very secured in there. It's actually kind of flimsy. I forgot to tell you one thing. Take your brake off. It lowers that quite a bit, and it's a lot easier to get the cotter pin out. And it's just a matter of releasing the spring from the rod after you get the cotter pin and washer off. But it does put a lot more tension on the bolt. Or tension on the belt, I should say. So after you're done that, put your brake back on so that you'll be able to get your belt off the transaxle. Now we go over to the other side, and we will try to get the forward and reverse and that's just held on with a cotter pin. Don't know how well you can see it. That's the link right there. And it says I have no light. Anyway, that's the link. Oh, this is not easy. Ugh. There. Cotter pin. Now all you gotta do is push it to the side. That's what that noise is. Whenever I shut the mower off, it's been making a lot of rattling noises. And it's because I'm missing a bolt in the transmission. Not good. Not good at all. Hope it didn't strip out of there. Wonder if I can. So, good thing I decided to do this. I don't really need to. It's not due for, the change isn't due for quite a while. But it's a good thing I decided to make a video of it. Now I know what the rattling is. Yeah. Well, it's one less bolt I have to take out anyway. I think I am going to take the tires off, make the video better, and I can really get a good look at everything to make sure there's nothing else missing. I thought getting those caps off would be hard, but it's actually quite warm in here, so caps are pretty good. So what you need to do now is take this C-clip off. I get 2 washers on this, and because I put lots of grease on the axle, the wheel doesn't rust to the axle, so it comes off pretty easily, which is good. Then you have a spacer and another washer. And there's lots of dirt on there. cleaned the baby barn out yesterday. Took everything out and did the floors. So the reason why those bolts, that bolt and actually those two bolts don't go into the transmission, there's two attached to that plate that go into the top of the transmission. Those sheared off and caused the transmission to torque forward, and it bent the original metal that was with the tractor. So I ended up making these brackets to reinforce that area of the frame. I had to do it to both sides. So that is why you want to keep track of those bolts and make sure they're in there. And of course one of mine's missing. And I noticed it was making a funny sound. And I'm glad I did this video. As you can see, I'll probably never get that weight mount off there because the bolt is totally rounded off from the chain hitting it. And that's what the chain catches and locks me up once in a while. It's actually supposed to look like that bolt. And there's quite a difference. But yeah, you gotta take those two bolts off and the two on the other side, and then the bracket in the front there. So we will get the other side wheel off and take those bolts out. So now we got the brake disconnected, the forward reverse disconnected. I put a jack underneath the transmission because I took the tires off. And make sure you put a block of wood so you're not so you are dispersing the weight a little bit. And then we'll take off this bracket, 13 millimeter. And helps if I'm taking it off. I don't know which. I don't know how the other side came out. Bolt like that. Hopefully I can find one to replace the other one. So those are the only two bolts you need. And I can just dangle like that. And now we need to get these bolts off. And they're pretty loose too, so I'm glad I did this. I don't know if these are the original bolts that came with this. Tight quarters here, sorry. Guess I should have lubed them up a little first. Jeez, I am having no luck here today. Now, I would keep that bolt in until you get the other side loose. That way, if it drops, it won't completely drop. And I won't show you the other side for time constraints. Now that you have all the bolts out that hold the transmission in place, you have the forward reverse bar unhooked, you have the brakes unhooked. There's two more connections you have to unhook before you take the transmission out of the tractor. First, you have to, as you lower it, you gotta make sure you don't get that hung up in the frame. So you ease the transmission forward a bit, and then you can push that forward out of the frame, or inside the frame I should say. And the other thing, when you're lowering it, I find it easier to lower it a bit. There'll be an electrical connection. I believe it's your reverse PTO cutoff switch is hooked up. So I think we're ready to lower it. double checking everything here. Okay, so now you want to take this and put it inside the frame, and there's your electrical connection that you gotta unhook. This is for a Craftsman YT4000, but I believe most of them are the same. Might have a little bit different kind of connector. Just trying to see how this hooks on here. She's on there pretty good. Oh, rock the... There. I forgot one last little part. The drive belt. That's pretty easy. Now that it's out, we can push it forward and just take the belt. Oop, getting unbalanced there. Take the belt off. And the transmission gets a little wobbly now, unless you have it perfectly balanced, which is next to impossible. So now what you want to do is, I thought I jacked it up high enough to clear it, but I did not. And that's not balanced at all, so I will move Sorry, I gotta move the camera with one hand while I'm holding this. There. I will put it up on top of this crate, and it really needs a cleaning. You'll get a good look at it now. So now you can see my bracket's a little better. And there's the transaxle and all its dirtiness. So I am going to wipe that, clean it up a bit, and then we'll get back to draining the fluid. I think I'm going to make this a two-parter, because this is running pretty long. So I just take that brush and wipe off all the grass and dirt, and I will show you how to drain it. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a good one.